you're a mom of three and you're working. How do you find the time?
It's all about tiny 10% shifts. Probably every 2 months, I added something to my daily regimen. First thing was Shakeology, and then I added Energize. And then I continued to add on tiny 10% shifts of everything. Joel spoke to me, and I felt like he held my hand through every step of the way. In only 25 minutes, the results speak for themselves.
Welcome to the BODi Experience. I'm Carl Deichler, CEO of BODi, and I want to see if I can help people, help just one person today who you need to exercise, but you're probably a busy parent, you got no time for it, and you don't even understand it, but something in your mind, something in your brain is telling you to not start. And that's actually neuroscience, because studies show that the biggest reason people don't work out, it's not laziness, is that the brain sees like this big goal as a threat, and it shuts down, or it wants to avoid failure. It wants to conserve energy. And that's actually according to a Stanford research, that when the goal feels too hard, your motivation actually can drop. But when you shrink the goal, when you make it something that your brain can actually get, like let's say 25 minutes a day, your brain sees it as doable. I can do something 25 minutes a day, and that helps your whole ecosystem, your brain, and then your physiology build momentum. That's why I'm doing 25 minutes speed train. It's structured, it's fast, and it's literally designed to rewire your mentality so that your brain will say, yeah, I can do that. And that's what I want to talk about today. But you're not going to take my word for it, because, of course, I'm going to say good things about this program because I helped create it. So we're going to introduce you to a woman named Jami Weiss from the sweetest little town in the United States, maybe even the world. Welcome to the BODi Experience 25-minute speed train success story, Jami Weiss. Hi, Jami.
Hi, Carl. So it's an honor to be here.
Well, I'm so grateful that you're gonna help us understand how important 25-minute speed train was for you to get back on track, because you've been with us for a few years already, or a couple of years, and you've been through it, but you've also life has happened. So there's got to be something about what we do that helped you, I don't know, organize your approach to well-being so that you started to do something that you hadn't been doing before. But let me not tell your story. Let's get started right away with 25-minute speed train. Then we'll go back in time a little bit. What was your experience with 25-minute speed train like? The particularly the because you did 2 rounds of it. So I want to know about the first 8 weeks, and why did you find it something that was meaningful and efficient for you?
Well, I think my favorite part of 25-minute speed train, being 12 months postpartum, there wasn't a lot of impact in this program. I toe tapped my way through every single plank jack. Joel spoke to me, and I felt like he held my hand through every step of the way. He gave us modifications. So, this is truly a program you can tailor to any person, age, or your mobility, or whether you're a hiker, a biker, a CrossFitter, if you enjoy doing yoga, this is 25 minutes. I encourage you to add to whatever you're doing already. All you're going to do is enhance your results with this program.
But, look, the majority of people are doing nothing. Like they know they should, and they don't feel great about it, but they're tired or they're busy. You're a mom of three and you're working. Um, how how did you go through that 25 minutes thinking, well, I need to do more? This is just not enough.
Well, it was always enough. Joel encouraged us to lift heavy from the beginning. And 25 minutes, that is literally all I did the first 8 weeks and the entire 16 weeks. I didn't add any walking. There were no jogs at the end of the night. I added nothing to this program for the results that I got. and I still got amazing results. And I pushed myself further than I ever had because I knew it was only 25 minutes. I did not have time to waste with the lighter weights. So I literally lifted like we were in the apocalypse and my family's life depended on it. Joel encouraged us to drop weight as often as possible. And my favorite part about Joel is if the weights are too heavy, drop them because your arms weigh something.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, look, I'm a big drop set person. Like in the middle, you have your weights ready to go, and rather than hurt yourself or stop because it's too heavy, you just keep going to the burnout, and that's why the 25 minutes is so darn efficient. Well, you hinted about your results. Walk me through it. What did you achieve in the first 8 weeks?
So the first 8 weeks, I dropped 14 pounds and almost 4 inches off my waist. And I think I gained an inch of muscle on every arm and leg. And then after the 2 rounds, which was 16 weeks, I lost a total of 25 pounds. So it was amazing results. And like I said, only 25 minutes. I made sure 25 minutes was what we stuck to. We took the recovery right after our workout. We made sure we had our nutrient dense shake every night, Shakeology after dinner. And I really think adding those 2 shakes 12 hours apart pretty much really enhanced my results. Absolutely.
So you did Shakeology after dinner.
I sure did as a dessert, and
Oh,
it
that's
that
interesting.
absolutely satisfied me through the entire night, and I noticed once I got done with the 16 weeks, I relaxed on my nutrition a little. There was a couple days I went without Shakeology, and I couldn't believe the difference it made in just my gut health, being regular, the energy that I had, the recovery, and it's just the results speak for themselves.
Well, it's pretty phenomenal. Well, when you're going through that first 8 weeks, I mean, 4 inches off your waist in 8 weeks is really phenomenal. Did anybody notice? Do you remember anybody noticing, "Hey, what's going on with you?"
Oh, absolutely. I just got a compliment today. I was walking up to our local Ace Hardware, and one of my high school coaches said, Jamie, what are you doing? You look amazing. And I told her 25 minutes. And she said, 25 minutes. I have to work out. Unfortunately, 25 minutes. And we doom scroll for longer than 25 minutes. So 25 minutes is a very, very small price to pay to be able to lift your children up over your head or inspire someone next to you. You have no idea who you're inspiring and who you're speaking to. Like you said, I'm a busy mom of three. I used to have thyroid issues. Everything has been life comes at you, right? One of your super trainers said, "Life doesn't get in the way. Life happens. Okay, it's up to us." To work around it and make it work for us. And that's what's amazing about BODi and their tools is you give us all the right tools. All we have to do is press play.
That's a really great, sentiment, life doesn't happen what'd you say? Life doesn't happen to you or
Life doesn't get in the way.
okay. So, well, but what led you here in 2023, one would easily go into victim mode that life is getting in the way. Tell us a little bit about, how you got introduced to body in the first place.
Okay, well, my life changed drastically. Um, when my dad got cancer about 9 years ago. So I moved back to my hometown, not a lot of options for gyms. And I immediately had my first child. And I realized that I was no longer able to go anywhere by myself, including the grocery store. So I had to figure out very quickly how I was going to get my health and mental health under control. And I started with Sure Thing, and it was an 8 week program of 45 minutes. And I will tell you, 45 minutes is a lot to commit to a program. But there again, Carl, I wanted the results. I was willing to put forth the time. I just had no idea where to put put the effort. And whenever I realized that you guys did test groups, I absolutely made sure I was going to make myself available. And it was just an alignment because 25 minutes, I was so worried this test group was going to be 45 minutes long, but I was going to muscle through it. When I found out it was 25 minutes, I knew I was blessed because I could definitely do 25 minutes. And that's what made it so easy to commit to BODi and Joel is he's walking you through every step of the way. You feel like you're working out with your older brother that is picking on you, but would protect every hair on your head at the same time because he's pushing you. By picking on you, he's pushing you to lift as heavy as you ever have before. Obviously, not to injury, but he's pushing you past those limitations. And then at the same time, he's protecting you by telling you how to activate those muscles, talking to you every second of the program. I will tell you, Carl, this is the first program that I have ever done that I don't want music. And I am a music girl. Yeah, exactly. Those eyes should be huge right now because I can't work out without music. And this guy has me so worried I'm gonna miss something that he says that is gonna just change the way I lift that I don't even turn music on anymore, especially with the aesthetics of actually doing the officially released program. Oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. You guys did an amazing job. The timer, everything.
When I was doing the workout this morning, I literally had that same thought that, because I would normally put music on. Um, that's one of the reasons that we stopped putting music on most of the workouts is because we want people to be able to put whatever motivates them on to accompany the program. But as I was doing it, my focus was so good because I wasn't just trying to get all psyched up. Like I was dialed in to this upper body workout today. And what's wild about it is the clock starts when he starts talking. So immediately, like, you're like, oh, I'm already into the 24 minutes. Oh, now it's 23 minutes. Oh, now it's 22 minutes. And you're like, man, I gotta hustle here. I gotta stay on top of this because this is counting down. But you're so locked in to what he's saying because he's not working with a whole background cast. He's just
Exactly.
talking to you and he's cueing in such a phenomenal direct way, giving you options as you talked about. It really is a great program that way. But and I've had so many people say, "Yeah, but 25 minutes, I'm gonna be craving more after that." And I think that's a pretty rare person. Personally, like when I hit 0 and I'm all cooled down and I did the stretches, I always feel like, "Good, I trust the program." Like, when is the last time somebody has done a full 8 weeks consistently, 7 days a week? How about you? Like, how important is and I'm not just fishing for compliments. I really like to know what the struggles are for you. Um, how important is the structure of a program, and was it difficult for you for this to be 7 days a week, or was it helpful?
That was absolutely helpful. Love that it was 7 days a week. To the people that crave more, I suggest that you add on the Sunday flexibility mobility at the end of a workout. If you truly are craving more, your body is going to desperately need it because my rhomboid, the muscles in the middle of my shoulder blades, those were so tight in days. I just thought I had to go get a massage. Said, let me just add the flexibility mobility stretch. Immediate relief. I could not believe the difference. So if anybody wants to add on the flexibility and mobility. The fact what makes this program so appealing is I am not distracted at all. And apparently I am a very distracted person and I didn't know that before this program because having no podcast with just Joel, I'm not just getting distracted by everyone else's form. I'm completely focused and locked in on his form. I'm not getting confused. Oh my gosh, am I at number 10? Is this 11? Is this 12? Is this 13? No, I am focused on muscle activation. You guys are counting my reps with that little beautiful timer around. So it frees my mind up completely. And I had no idea how distracting a cast is, along with counting reps. And with Joel constantly talking to you, before you know it, that timer is already counted down to 60 or 45 seconds. It's insane. And we haven't even gotten to the best part of the program with like the ladder part that he does. It's like the 60, 40, 20. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe
I
I
haven't
should.
gotten there yet.
Oh, it's amazing, like, the way that he has changed the tempo up, and it's not even the fact that this is 50 different workouts, it's not just, "Oh, I'm repeating, this is just 4 weeks, and we're gonna do it twice." I feel like I'm getting a new day's workout, even though this is my 3rd round. I feel like I have not done the same workout not once at all whatsoever this entire time. It's like one of those movies that you go back and rewatch, and you find something new every time. That's how it is working out with Joel and Speed Train.
Right, it's like my Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
So you're in your 3rd round of it.
So proud. Yes, 3rd round.
Wow, good for
I'm
you.
so excited.
Have you ever done another program that often? Like, or
No.
like really?
I did lava twice.
Mhm.
I did Sure Thing. I loved your iron blocks, and that's actually how I met Joel. I'm so excited about that because there was a couple months I didn't quite wanna do the super block that they were doing, so I opted to do an iron block, and that's where I met a lot because I had only worked out with Megan. I didn't know you had all these amazing super trainers up your sleeve, and I'm so thankful for you finding them and you keeping Shakeology and Body alive any which way you can. Because if you ever get rid of Energize, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life.
Well, here, cheers to that.
Cheers, because 'cause I'm telling you right now, this is my saving grace. Clean, non-synthetic. Where can you get that?
Well, it's, all I know is it gives me a little pep in my step when I need it,
Amen.
and, um, now, when you're talking about speed train, like, you're really talking about a lifting program, and I think most people out there who are contemplating, they're like, "Look, I'm just tired of feeling bad in my own skin," they might jump right into something that feels like they're gonna scorch off a layer of fat, they're gonna go right to cardio. Why are you so high on lifting programs and losing 4 inches off your waist and 14 pounds or 25 pounds in 16 weeks? Um, you're a testament to the power of resistance training. What got you there?
We all read studies and go down rabbit holes, but I read somewhere, for every pound of muscle you burn, I don't know, it's like 3,200 calories or something like that.
Every pound of fat that you burn.
Right, right, the fat.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And when I first started with Body, I started with Body to get skinny. But now I've stayed with Body to get strong, because when you start getting the muscle definition and don't get me wrong, I love the aspect of looking fit, that's amazing, but like I told you earlier, I'm able to move 80 pound bags of concrete for my dad. I couldn't do that when I was 20 and 30 years old, Carl. I'm almost 41 years old. I just had a baby a year and a half ago. I shouldn't be able to lift an 80-pound bag of concrete, let alone 10 of them. And that in itself was such an inspiration for me to lift and lift heavy and really make this work for me, because I don't know about you, but if I'm going to put in 25 minutes, I want to get the maximum results for my effort. I want to utilize every tool that you have. The fact that you have made a platform that works on um, mental clarity, fitness, and nutrition, I leaned on that Body app so hard, even though I couldn't do my workouts on the Body app because we were in the test group. I plugged in all my food for the first 6 to 8 weeks. It held me on a different level of accountability. I plugged in my water. I plugged in my Shakeology every night, my recovery, my Energize. When I added Body Collagen, which also thank you for the peptides, because my esthetician said, "What have you been doing, Jamie?" And I said, "I added peptides to my recovery every morning." And she couldn't believe the results in 30 days. So I'm on my second tub. I'm very excited about that. I can't get enough of them. And if
Well, you
anyone
seem pretty
asks,
happy. So
oh, I'm so happy. If anyone asks, "Oh, can I get these results on other supplements?" I say, "Well, maybe, but that's not how I got my results. If you want my results, you have to take recovery, you have to take Shakeology, you have to enjoy Energize, you have to do all the things. Got to get your water in."
now how do you manage all this? You say you have 2 kids now?
3.
3 kids.
Yeah, it's difficult. I manage
So
it with your Body app.
how do you find the time? Like, how do you organize your day?
Okay. I'm going to tell you. The biggest part is you have to give yourself grace and do tiny 10% shifts. This is not a lifestyle change that I made overnight. This took 3 years. My first step, if anyone asks me where to start, you start with Shakeology. I don't even care if you work out. You start with Shakeology. Someone in our sister empire group, because that was who the founder of our team was Kate Rohan and Deidre Furwell. And they actually had a person. She had a fellow that was, let's just say, 300 pounds. I think he was a little heavier. And he wanted to get on track, but he didn't know where to start, couldn't start working out. She encouraged him, just add Shakeology every day. Just add Shakeology and see where you're at in a month. He had lost over, I think, 28 pounds in the matter of a month, maybe even, I think maybe 45 in the matter of 2. And I don't think he worked out. I don't think he changed his diet. I think the only thing he changed was Shakeology. And when she made that post, if I can find that post, it was a couple years ago. I'll screenshot it and send it to you. But
Okay.
when I saw that, I knew in my heart Shakeology was, I love recovery, obviously, because it just tastes like chocolate milk from your childhood, or an orange short sherbet, that the ice cream that we used to get in the Flintstone pops. But Shakeology, if I had to pick one, it would be Shakeology just because it's the probiotics, the prebiotics, it's just so nutrient dense. There's so many benefits. And what can you drink? What do they encourage you to just drink? Don't even work out, just drink and see if you lose weight. And you lose weight with it, Carl.
Well, it helps you with your cravings. That's it's definitely what we
Oh,
saw, and obviously helps all the digestion.
1000%.
But I still haven't gotten the answer how
Oh,
a
I'm
mom
sorry.
of 3 who's also working,
Oh,
um, is organizing her day and finding the discipline to do it. You said, tiny 10%
10%
shifts.
shifts. So I added something to my I would say probably every 2 months, I added something to my, daily regimen. Like I said, first thing was Shakeology, and then I added Energize. And then my next 10% shift was I discovered recovery and fell in love. And then I continued to add on tiny 10% shifts of everything. And do I hit my mark every day? No, Carl. Do I have, a slump every now and then? Of course. But for the most part, I stay locked in. Obviously, my nutrition, I indulge every now and then, but To Be Mindset, this was the first time I ever did To Be Mindset with any program. I usually did Portion Fix, and I had no idea the freedom that came with To Be Mindset. And I really, pairing the two is what really enhanced my results. I think, the inches off my waist, obviously Joel did a great job with the program, but, let's face it, a program alone is not gonna be the magic answer if you're not locked into your nutrition. And there again, it's all about tiny 10% shifts. And with To Be Mindset, I could easily switch to whole grains, pasta, bread, you name it. I could easily make sure I had my water in every meal, no matter where I was at. Even if I'm at a restaurant, I can still drink my 17 ounces of water. And that the freedom that came with that, it let me open up my schedule so that I could add these tiny 10% shifts. And then obviously, I have an amazing family. My husband is absolutely out of sight and has supported me throughout this entire journey. And that's the most important thing is really surrounding yourself with the people that are going to encourage you to go far in life. And then having your health esteem be able to be tracked and encouraged with BODi. Those badges are, I mean, I those are badges of honor. I wish we got them printed out in hard metal so I could have them, on a
Now,
vest.
people might not know what you're talking about, but when you complete a program,
Yes.
or even along the way. So when you do 2 weeks of 25-minute speed train, you'll unlock a badge, and so you actually pay attention to the badges that you're unlocking in the system.
Absolutely, and they are such a great motivator, and I know it seems so tiny and simple, but you really feel so proud of yourself. And I think that's where we go wrong is we think we can only be proud of other people, but we really have to learn how to celebrate our wins. Because when we win, everyone around us wins. And I don't think people really understand how much people need to witness your behavior to encourage that type of progress and Just the constant motivation, because let's face it, we don't always have motivation, and that's where Energize comes into play. Body has literally solved every single problem for us that we could throw. And that's the terrible thing about Body is sometimes you just want comfort, but Body just has solutions. And you just have to press play. I know
You're
some
gonna make me cry, Jamie. Now, hold on. When you say, you know, people, you don't know who you're affecting, you don't know how your consistency is influencing other people. Are you a part of the body experience community?
absolutely.
Oh,
I've loved
really?
it so far, yes. We've had a lot of activity about because we all know Joel loves his planks and his push-ups. So we have a lot of activity about wrist mobility or, a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm concerned about this." So I've just been trying to really get on there and push wall push-ups and doing the planks on your forearms instead or using the back of a chair because I don't want anyone to miss out on this opportunity. Even if you can't do a certain move, just do calf raises while you can't do that move. Don't let that stop you because Joel has targeted every single muscle on your body. I have never been sore like this in my whole entire life. He has me sore down to my bone every single day, Carl. This is my third round and I'm still sore. I can already feel my upper body right now. I can already feel my shoulders. Um, and that's saying something. To be able to do a program and be sore every single day is unbelievable. And I'm sure it's a testament to how heavy I lift, but it didn't matter if I had days where I was lifting or if I was curling 25 pounds or if I was only curling 10 pounds, Carl. I was literally just as sore. It didn't matter. I feel like it didn't matter what weight I lifted. If you're activating your muscles like Joel is asking you to, then this is definitely, you're going to get results whether you lift 5 pounds, no pounds, or 20 pounds.
What do your kids think of your consistency? Like, what time of the day do you do the workout? Do they see you doing it? Is it now part of your identity with them? Tell me about that.
So, initially, they did not see me work out because I work out in the wee hours of the morning when no one needs a single thing from me, which happens to be around between 4 and 6 a.m. It's a
Oh
very,
my God.
very tiny window. Okay.
Sure.
And bless my husband's soul, he's really worked with me. Whenever I was struggling, I couldn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So they did get to see me when I on my postpartum journey, whenever I did start working out. But my daughter asked me, it's so funny that you mentioned this because she asked me about 2 weeks ago. She said, "Mommy, now that you can lift me up, are you going to stop working out?" And I said, "Well, it depends. Are you going to stop getting bigger?" And she said, "Well, no." I said, "Well, then I guess I can't stop working out, can I?" So that's such a great motivation to be able to, I can literally ruck pack my children. If I had to run with them on my back for a mile, I think I could actually do it. Not that I've ran recently because like I said, with speed train, I was so dedicated on I used to do a vibration plate. I used to, do a little bit of walking, running off my kids. I really tried hard not to do a single thing extra with 25 minutes speed train because I really wanted my body family to see what can be accomplished in 25 minutes with 2B mindset, recovery in the morning, and Shakeology at night. That's literally all I did.
Now, what do you say to people who, um, like, hey, good for you, but I'm a cardio person, or I'll do free workouts on YouTube, or, I have to go to the gym or it's not real. Like, what's your response to those kind of folks?
Okay. So I am from America's sweetest town, but I can be a little abrasive. So when I was doing this program and my husband, he was encouraging me and he was giving me a little advice here and there that contradicted having my shake at night, having this. And about halfway through the program, I said, "Okay," I said, "lift your shirt up and let me see your abs. And let me see how well this has been working out for you since you have so much advice." And he could not show me his abs. And that's what I have to say to people. What you're doing, are you happy with the results right now? Because that's what you're getting yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was there too. I was getting minimal results. I think people don't like the idea of being led, maybe, because this is all the hard work is done for you. Do we have to actually lift the weights? Yes. But all the thinking, all the mental preparation, it's all done for you. All you have to do is press play. And I've tried to tell people that when I talk about my Shakeology or when I tell them about my workouts. And they say, "Oh, no, I like going to the gym." I say, "Okay, in 30 days, I want you to show me your results. Take a picture today and take a picture in 30 days. Show me your results. And then I want to see how well you've done with twice the amount of time in the gym when you could have dedicated 25 minutes to me." And like I said, if you can't, I even tell people this: "Oh, Shakeology is so expensive." That's what I hear. "Oh, it's so expensive." Okay, well, take it every other day then. Take a half a scoop. Do what you can, because I guarantee you, you'll find $5 to go get that coffee in the
That's
drive-through.
right. Isn't that ironic? Yeah, people will have a giant sugar coffee with all the things on it and not think twice about it, but something that will improve your digestion, curb your cravings, help you lose weight, and actually feed your body well, that sounds a little
And
expensive.
actually give you 15 grams of protein on top of that, and
Yeah,
I didn't just consume half of my calories for the entire day on one drink. No, Shakeology is out of sight. So like I said, if you can't afford it, then you take it every other day. If you can't take it every day, you take what you can when you can. And that's how I feel about if you are truly dedicated to yourself, and not even just yourself, to giving yourself the best quality of life so you can support the ones around you. Not just, your friends, but your animals, your family, your we all have parents, we all have cousins, we all have family that we've chosen to walk this earth with. So why not show them a positive outlook on your health? Everything is so negative, Carl. Do you even understand? I grew up in the 80s, okay? It was either Arnold Schwarzenegger or Richard Simmons. You choose, okay? There
right.
was no in between, right? It was either you're at Gold's Gym with Arnold or
Dance them to the oldies.
you're bouncing around in your ankle warmers, okay? Love
Right.
them both. And I just feel like BODi did such a great job combining the two, letting you do this in the privacy of your own home, to not have a trainer breathing down your neck, encouraging you, demanding you to lift heavier to the point of injury. No, if I feel something tweak, or I immediately drop down to half the weight, because I was so fortunate too, because I did not one injury, not one sidetrack. I didn't get sick not one time in 16 weeks, Carl. I have 2 children in school that bring home all kind of fun bugs and you name it. And in that 16 weeks where I drank Shakeology literally every single day, not one time did I get sick. Am I saying it's a cure-all? No. But am I blaming Shakeology for keeping me healthy? Absolutely. Like I
Yeah, and
said,
that's during, that was during the winter pretty much,
and
so
that
they
yes, I started in
yeah,
February. We started February 3rd,
yeah.
and all through the school year, I don't even wanna tell you this, but when I took my 2 weeks off between the release date and when we finished, because 'cause it's been almost exactly 1 month since the 2nd round of, the test group ended. And, the first 2 weeks that we had that little break I took off with Shakeology, I told you I missed it here and there. I got sick immediately
Really?
just from missing a couple of days of Shakeology. So, of course, I got back on my Shakeology and I feel 100% again. Um,
Well, on behalf of the lawyers, I have to say Shakeology is not used to diagnose, prevent, or cure any
absolutely.
disease, but I
That's why I said,
appreciate the sentiment for
I'm
sure.
not saying it was completely Shakeology, but it was a coincidence, Carl. It was a big
Well,
coincidence.
look, there's no doubt that when you feed your body well, your
Can.
body can defend itself better. That's a really the point is it's called nutrition for a reason, and that's what the body works on, and particularly if you're managing your sugar intake, that means you're not depressing your immune system, and that's why Shakeology can be so helpful. Like you said, you use it as a dessert, which is a much better way to go to sleep than it is to have your body actually fighting with the sugar and all the insulin responses and all that. So, look, I know you're a busy mom, you gotta get back to your things.
I could talk
I
to you all day, Carl.
You're very sweet. And I look, I hope you're an affiliate because I have not
Oh,
heard
absolutely.
yeah, I haven't heard somebody represent this platform as well as this for years. So I really appreciate you, Jamie, so much. But I got to know something because clearly you are the sweetest success story of 25-minute speed train. But I need to understand what is the sweetest, what'd you call it? The sweetest town in America or something? What does that mean?
So it's America's sweetest town, and we produce over 40% of America's sugar. And I do believe it was Herbert Hoover that named us America's sweetest town, not just because of the sugar plant, but also because of the people.
I see. Well, good for you for the people part. We would, on behalf of all Americans, we would love to see you guys dial down the sugar output, but whatever. You need, you,
Never.
you got to make a living. Look, Jamie, we're
Absolutely.
so proud of you and
Oh, thank you for it was
grateful
such an
for you
honor.
sharing the story, your
Amen.
your affiliate work, and the example that you are to your kids, to the people around you, and obviously to the Body Experience community. We couldn't be more proud and more grateful for all your effort.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you connecting us with such an amazing body family, from the users to the super trainers to Jeffrey Scott and Christina Tran and everyone that made this happen. Like, they were just all amazing. And I thank you for the opportunity putting the test group together. It was an amazing test group. Um, Mike had amazing results. Colleen, Brian, everyone just leaned on and supported each other. And it was so refreshing to have such a great team behind everyone, so positive. So thank you for creating this community.
We're lucky for that, for sure, but really, it's people like you who demonstrate that what we're doing is meaningful, so super grateful for that. So, we're gonna wrap this up. Really appreciate your time, Jamie, and, great results. We're gonna keep watching you and keep, applauding you, and certainly, so proud that you're gonna keep inspiring all of us. Well, that is it for this episode of the BODi Experience. Obviously, you heard it from a super success story. She lost 25 pounds in 16 weeks, and she is following the program. She's drinking her Energized pre-workout. She's drinking her recovery. After the workout, she's doing Shakeology. She's doing collagen, and she's following 2B mindset for her nutrition and following the programs to a T. So something about is working. It is working for her. So if you're looking for a solution which does not fight with your own internal chemistry and your own biology, that wants to save your energy and is afraid of failure, 25 minutes a day is something that you can do. Whatever you choose, I hope you're choosing health. I hope you're choosing activity, because it's going to be good for you. That's it for this episode of BODi Experience. We'll see you next time.